Hey guys, Raya here. We decided to kick off the holiday season with a magical cruise on the Disney Wish. Watch as we give it a try. Last year, we started planning a trip for this winter. We really enjoy winter and Christmas time, but it's also a great time to vacation. We wanted to do something that would still fill us with the holiday spirit, but also would meet my needs of spending time on the beach, listening to the waves, and swinging in a hammock. We've done a Disney cruise before, and they offer special Christmas-themed cruises, so we decided to try out their new ship, the Wish. Disney cruises are a bit pricey, but it's mostly because there are so many things to do, and almost all of it is included in that initial price. We found that we really get our money's worth on these magical trips. The Wish is the first ship utilizing the new Disney Band, which acts as your room key and ID and credit card on board. I got this one themed after the ship itself. I really liked the navigational design. The magic bands are well made, and I like that they're technically two sizes in one, so they'll fit anybody. The new Disney Band is also nice because you can reuse it as a magic band in both of the US parks as well. We took an Uber to the port to avoid any parking or rental car issues, and since there were 4 people in our group, it split the cost to a reasonable amount. It's so fun to see the iconic Mickey towers on the ship as you arrive. The port terminal was decked out in Christmas theme. This ship model is so cool. They announce your name as you board, which is kind of fun. The main stage entrance was so festive. It was honestly beautiful to walk into. We headed to our rooms to drop off our bags. We stayed in the back of the ship to get a room with an extended veranda. The room was really spacious. There were shelves, 2 closets, plenty of luggage storage space, and then my favorite feature of Disney cruise ships, double bathrooms. The shower on the ship was pretty big. It was nice. I like that the 2 separate rooms make it easy to get ready simultaneously. The general ship is themed after Cinderella, but the rooms are Tiana themed, which was really pretty. The queen-size bed is a nice feature, and there was a desk and more shelves all around the room, which was great. Our veranda was so big. It was awesome to have our own lounge chairs. Since we've been on multiple cruises with Disney, we get a stateroom gift for being in their Castaway Club. We are on the silver tier, so we got these silver lanyards to hold our key to the world card. And then we also got this lined vinyl tote bag, which is a perfect beach or pool bag. Then we set up our Christmas decorations inside and outside the room to feel festive, and checked out all our neighbors' decorations as we headed to the sail-away party. The fairy godmother summoned Mickey and friends to start the party. It was super high energy, and then we had a countdown for the special Disney horn. We watched the ship leave port for a bit, and then explored the ship for a while. The adult area was really nice and had lots of cushioned seats and recliners. The floors were different styles everywhere on the ship. It was really pretty. The main entryway had this fun slide to the kids zone. We saw this SpaceX ship returning to port. It was kind of crazy. Then we headed to the Hyperspace Lounge to check out the Star Wars vibes, which was one of the things we were most excited for on the ship. They had this smoke bubble gun that was really fun. This oat milk float was really good. The coolest part of this lounge was this window that showed different planets and space scenes, and obviously hyperspace travel. Then it was time for a show at the Walt Disney Theater. This show was a fun story of Goofy and Captain Minnie sailing into fantasy. We then had a signed dinner at the Arendelle restaurant. The walkway down to the restaurant was very themed and really pretty. There were live performers playing on and off throughout the dinner. The Yoo-Hoo salesman and Kristoff were pretty funny singing Let It Go. The food was tasty. The puff pastry was so good, and the steak was really delicious. The berry dessert was my favorite. Then we went to the tree lighting. Mickey and friends sang some Christmas carols. It snowed. And then we all counted down to the tree lighting. After that, we stayed up for the Cinderella Midnight Kiss light show on the ceiling, which was super pretty. And when we got back to our stateroom, there was a fun turtle friend waiting for us. Day 2 was our first port of call in the Bahamas. We stopped for breakfast at the sit-down option for the first morning, and I got a tasty breakfast with some rich hot chocolate. And of course, we had to get Mickey waffles. We walked through the city to get to a cool fort. There was a fun Christmas tree out. Then we checked out the fort and the Queen's staircase. It was kind of cool. We got a commemorative turtle figurine for the trip as well. Then we headed back to the ship for lunch on the deck. This food was fine. We did some art and trivia activities during the afternoon, which I always like to do. Then it was time for the second evening show, The Little Mermaid. This was pretty fun, but I preferred the Beauty and the Beast show on the Disney Dream ship. The bubbles were cute. This picture of the interior of the ship was really cool. After that, we headed to the holiday party on the deck. This was a fun story about Goofy and Max, who are some of my favorite characters, so I really liked it. Disney really themes every small detail on these ships. It's so impressive. We headed to 1923 for dinner. This year was the 100-year celebration of Disney, which was everywhere on the ship, in the parks, and online. This restaurant was really pretty inside, with lots of art and figurines. This food was really tasty as well. I enjoyed the lobster salad and the steak, and the orange cake was my favorite dessert. I'm not sure what this towel animal was supposed to be, but it was fun. Day 3 was at Disney's private island Castaway Cay. The sunrise was so pretty from the veranda. They anchor the ship in reverse at this island, so you get to see the whole thing from the back, which was beautiful. We had a nice little room service breakfast, which is also included and definitely a must on a Disney cruise. There was a fun beach-themed Christmas tree, as well as sand snowmen and character meet and greets. The ship was so pretty in the tropical waters, and all the Christmas decorations everywhere were so fun. There was someone getting married on the island. Crazy. We headed to the adult-only beach, Serenity Bay. It ended up being too windy to stay on this beach, but they have the best buffet on the island, so we stayed for lunch. Then we headed to another beach. Some of them were busy and others were empty. A lot of people stayed on the boat or left the island early because of the wind and clouds. But this is actually how I prefer the beach, so it was a perfect day for me. I hammocked and read a book for a few hours, just listening to the waves and relaxing. It was so nice. Before I knew it, the sun was setting and it was time to get back on board. The island is so pretty. They really manicure it well to make it a nice stop every time. I love the lagoon water. It's such a beautiful color. I took a quick selfie before getting back on board and then watched the ship sail away. The show on this night was the new movie Wish, which was fun to watch on board the Wish. It was a cute film. After that, the pirate night activities kicked off. First, Mickey and friends taught everyone how to be a pirate. Captain Hook showed up to test us. And then we headed to pirate dinner. I don't love Cajun flavors, so this was my least favorite meal, but the steak was still delicious, and the pineapple coconut ice cream was tasty. Then the evening pirate show began, which was a musical extravaganza, and then Captain Jack rappelled in. The show climaxed with a fireworks show timed to the music, which was very fun and very cool. Disney is the only cruise line that does fireworks at sea. It's very impressive. Captain Davy Jones was our towel creation to end the night. The next day was our day at sea. We tried the breakfast buffet, which was really good, and even had custom omelets, which were delicious. We headed to the front of the ship to take advantage of the shaded daybeds above the kids' zone. The ship did the musical horns again. Then we explored some more. There was Disney artwork everywhere, in staircases and random hallways. It was crazy. The ship has 2 full movie theaters aboard, Neverland and Wonderland, which were beautiful. And they were showing all the new Disney movies that are in theaters. It was pretty cool. We saw the Rose from Beauty and the Beast. Then we swung by the candy shop, which was a really fun theme and had lots of tasty treats to buy. We went to some of the cool lounges to do more art and trivia. We stopped by the buffet for lunch, and the desserts at this meal were my favorite from the whole trip, honestly. The lemon tart was so good. We headed to the water coaster on the top deck, the Aqua Mouse. It was crazy. There was a full conveyor belt lift that had music and videos playing in the tunnel, then it shot us out and around the whole deck. It kind of went really fast. Then I warmed up in the hot tub, dried off, and parked myself on a daybed for the afternoon to snack and read. After that, we headed in and caught Santa's story time. We watched the sunset in the distance and then went to Luna to participate in the onboard game finale. There was an app to do all week at different spots on the ship, and then we worked together to finish the game. It was a bit glitchy, but we won, and Captain Minnie and Mickey came out to congratulate us. Then we did some more art, and then waited in line for Mickey. He pulled me right into a hug the minute he saw me. It was funny. Then it was time for the last show, Aladdin. This show was really fun and pretty impressive, easily the best one. We headed to our last restaurant for dinner, Worlds of Marvel. This techie restaurant was very well themed and really interactive. It was pretty fun. This meal ended up being the favorite for most of us. There were lots of tasty things, but the scallops and pasta were my favorite, as well as the raspberry cakes. It was fun that every restaurant had its own themed ice cream sundae. They even surprised us with an anniversary dessert. Then we caught the last show, with Mickey and friends saying goodbye and taking photos with people. Our last towel creature was a lobster. The next morning was time to go. A quick breakfast and luggage line, and we were off. This trip was so magical and went so fast. It was the perfect start to the holidays, and I recommend Disney cruises to anyone who wants a magical time. Thanks for watching!